Hello, welcome back everyone to a brand new season of Alta Fabulae. We're on video now, so if you're watching on YouTube, you can see us.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
This is a brand new season. This is season 2. This is all set in a custom setting, which we will get a little into. We'll get a little into what the setting is in just a moment. But first, my name is Corey. I will be the DM for this campaign. And we are one person short, but they'll be joining us later. But if everyone would go around, say your name and who your character is.
Hello, my name is Greg, and I am going to be playing Gil Goldpetal, a half-elf artificer.
My name is Ash. I will be playing an Asmar cleric by the name of Cass Alighieri.
My name is Kay. I'm playing Loair. He's a Water Genasi monk.
And I forgot to include, if we could also know what your character's pronouns are.
Yes.
Gil is he, him.
Cass is they, them.
And Loair is he, him.
All right. So in this setting, we are in a 1920s-esque D&D setting. Think a bit Final Fantasy with like magic crystals that are used to power a lot of stuff. The country that you guys are in is in the start of a tech boom. They've recently discovered how to use these mana crystals essentially as sources of energy to power rudimentary cars, trains. I almost said planes. Planes don't exist. There is an airship or two, but they are exceedingly rare and very new and super, super expensive to actually construct, which is why there are so few of them currently. But they do exist for booking reasons. Anyone who is like, is there airships? No, there is. There is a large crystal called the Mother Crystal. That is also a center place of worship and religious lore that the capital is built around. But that's not where we're starting. We are starting in a small little trade town called... wow, I don't have that open. It is...
That's a weird name. I remember calling it that.
It was one of those tabs. I sat here and I opened all the tabs. I'm like, I think I have everything. What I didn't pull up was the town.
Yeah.
Crestbrook. Okay. Is the town that you guys are all currently in. It houses the Mulligan Adventure Academy. Mm-hmm. It is one of the several academies throughout the 4 countries on this continent that trains adventurers. It's like right after high school kind of thing, like a trade school, 2-year program, where the students will go, they'll get run through the basics of trying not to die on missions. Mm-hmm. Afterwards, you'll be able to apply for an adventuring license, and it's like being a licensed contractor. It means that the government backs you to an extent of traveling around the country and taking up jobs wherever you would like. So each of you have your own reasons for enrolling in the school, and you're all freshmen in this 2-year academy. With that being said, let's start with over in the very ritzy district of town. There is... So this is a town that has, with the invention of trains, has recently become a train hub. And with that has brought trade and wealth and a boom in the population. Because of that, we have Old Town, which is the original town and requires some upkeep. But that's not where we're going. We're going to the north side of town. The brand new trade barons and money and everything that has come into the town has been given a new breath of life. We're going to the Goldpetal Manor, where Gil is... What's Gil up to this morning before school?
So Gil Goldpetal, he is a sort of lean, lanky, nerdy half-elf artificer. He's probably in his room before breakfast, kind of writing some notes down. His room is sort of divided. He has his own study, separately from his bedroom, but he's basically turned his bedroom into both just a nook to sleep, and then everything else is just experiments thrown around. There's formulas written on the walls. There's half chaos going on, and really it is a total mess. And the only reason he has any idea where any inventions really are because his retainer is the one who kind of labels everything for him and understands from his like half-baked descriptions of what things are where they happen to be. So this morning he is probably just writing some notes down before school about an invention he had been working on the previous night.
All right, about this time, there's a little like knock on your half-open door. Castor is there. So your breakfast is ready. Your father has already started eating.
Yes, excellent, Castor. Do you mind, actually, 1 second, if you could, make sure, do you know where that, little, flame sprite that we had captured the other day went to?
Oh, yes, 72B. Would you like me to acquire that for you, sir?
Yes, if you could. If you could, bring it to, breakfast. I was gonna pitch something to Father, and see maybe he might... Yeah. Just bring it to breakfast. That's
of course, sir.
Thank you.
For the record, there are bacon and eggs prepared.
Excellent.
Your plate's already been served on the table. So.
All right. Thank you so much.
he goes off. You come to the breakfast table. Your father's sitting there. He has your father, who is a member of the town council, has several like manila folders kind of in a pile, and then also one open that he's kind of going through. As he hears you enter, he doesn't look up at you, but he's like, "Good morning, son."
Good morning, Father. Are you going to see me off to school today?
I unfortunately will be leaving in a moment. We have meetings all day today, and with the fall festival rapidly approaching, the mayor is usually insufferable this time of year with his obsession with pageantry.
Gil kind of like nervously like rubs like his wrists and palms, and he like sits down, and he like starts to take into eating his food, but he's kind of like looking around for Castor, and he says, Father, if you do have one moment, I was going to explain to you one of the new inventions that I'll be coming up with. I think it would, it's not a grandiose thing, but I think it would help on the day-to-day basis, especially with, the cooks around here. I noticed that they've been, working very hard, and I would like to help them out as I could.
As you're saying this, he puts down like his empty coffee cup, and he's like putting the papers back in the folder. Unfortunately, I do need to get going. If you run the idea to Sebastian, and I'll look over the notes whenever I'm free. By the way, I will be late, so just let Castor know what you'd like for dinner. You will have to eat without me, unfortunately.
Okay.
As he is like standing up from the table, like around the corner comes Castor with like, and there's kind of a look like, do you want me to come in? Like,
I'm doing this.
Gil turns him and he's like, just no, it's okay.
Castor leaves with the item. All right, you are alone at the breakfast table. Castor eventually comes and rejoins you after he puts everything back in whatever filing system he has.
Right. Yeah. Gil probably like quietly, begins to eat. He looks up at Castor and is like, well, what about Mother? Is she going to be joining this morning or?
I am unsure. Last I saw, she was out at the pool, sunbathing, I believe, or asleep. I'm not sure.
Okay. I mean,
I've been advised multiple times to just let her do what she wants.
That's probably for the best. Well, that's okay. You know what? And he grabs his backpack, which isn't a normal backpack. It's like a very like techie, like steam power engine backpack that he's like been working on.
It's got like part of an accordion that goes.
Yeah, exactly. It's like big. It's you could pick him out amongst any crowd just because of his backpack. And he's like, we could test the chamber with the flame sprite. I could see if it would stay in my backpack, and I could take it to school to work on. You think that'd be a good idea?
We're going to cut there. We're going to go to Old Brook Apartments, where Loair... What is Loair up to on the start of the morning?
Loair's greeting the sun. Well, he would have gotten up from he's in a little shabby apartment. He lives in kind of a rundown, more industrialized part of town, maybe down by the docks. But he likes to go on a morning walk up to the more pastoral side of town and sit by the river and watch the sunrise every morning, do a little meditation, maybe stop along the way and pick up some breakfast, chat with a couple of his favorite local vendors.
So earlier in the day, you left your roommate Barzul, who is the player currently missing.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
I left him in the bathtub where he usually is.
Yeah. I won't explain that. We'll wait until Barzul introduces his character. You left to do your usual morning meditation, greeting the sun, taking a deep breath, and just feeling the dew on the morning grass.
Yeah.
On your way back through, and you had told Barzul, I'll see you at school later today.
Yeah, of course.
So on your way, you're probably taking the leisurely way back into town. You kind of go through Old Town near the apartments.
Okay.
And there's a nice little, privately owned little, a market.
Okay.
Like a little, store.
All right.
Then, they have some good cold cuts and things like that, and various, breakfast items usually.
Yeah.
You're swinging by and you run into Annie, who is your landlady. She's little, elderly gnomon woman.
Okay.
In a turtle knit sweater.
Okay.
She is has a bag of groceries and she's coming out of the store as you're going in. It's like, oh, Loair, I was hoping to catch you before school.
Oh, Annie, good to see you. You doing good on this fine morning? Here, can I carry your bags?
Thanks so much,
sure,
Loair.
No problem.
So first I wanted to let you and Barzul know that the contractors aren't going to be able to come today, so they won't be able to fix the water damage in your apartment until tomorrow.
That's understandable. That's fine.
I was wondering if you and Barzul after school, if you two strapping young men wouldn't mind. She gestures back towards Margaret. She just came out of. We put in a large order of replacement items for the apartment. Would you mind grabbing those after school?
Not a problem.
It's gonna be just let them know you're from Oldbrook Apartment, and
sure.
It's gonna be several boxes. I hope that's okay.
We're two strapping young men. It should be noted at this point that Loair isn't wearing a shirt. He doesn't. He won't. So.
Loair is
He's got puka shell necklace on. Yeah.
I imagine Loair is unaware how physically jacked he is. He's just he's not in tune with his body enough to be aware that from the outside perspective that
it's just sort of all comes naturally, he does a little yoga, does a little surfing. He doesn't hit the gym very often, so
so you help her back to the front door of the apartments.
Okay.
She reaches into her little purse, gets a key, takes her bags. Thank you so much. Have a good day at school.
Yeah, you too. Oh, and if you're gonna go by our door at all, just knock on the door and see if you can wake Barzul up. He's taking a nap before I left, but
we'll do. I have a couple errands, but I'll swing by.
All right.
She goes in.
Cool.
You make your way to the Mulligan the Hunter Academy. It was a previous workshop name. I just was debating if I wanted to rip off Ruby or not. Adventure Academy, because this is Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, we're adventurers. It's different.
You make your way to Mulligan Adventure. I'm going to do it multiple times. I don't know why.
Yeah. I know.
As I was preparing for today's session, I said it right every time in my head. And now that I've hit record on the camera.
Yeah. Not at all.
You make your way there. You are one of the first students. Some of the older kids are kind of trickling in. They're maybe hanging out with their girlfriends and stuff. I would say Gil's probably also an early person, so Gil's probably also there.
I'm gonna kick it under a tree and light one up.
All right, sounds good. We'll come back and revisit. We will come back and revisit that right after we go to Cassandra's house. What is Cassandra up to this morning before school?
So I'm sorry. Cass would be in the room. It's very not as decorated as a teenager's room would probably be. It's very just like pale white furniture, pastel cushions and blankets. The only main decoration is that there's just crystals like everywhere, like on the windowsills, on every surface. There's just a lot of crystals, and that's really the only notable thing about this bedroom. Their house is kind of like better off in the sense that both their parents, Cordelia and Langston Alighieri, are high in the church. So their father's a paladin, their mom's a cleric. But the house seems very quiet for what it is, as Cass is their only child, and the house itself doesn't really have personality besides, like, we worship a goddess, essentially. So Cass would be...
It's like a cookie cutter.
It's very cookie
house,
cutter. Like, it's probably larger than what they need. Probably like 4 bedrooms, 2 bath or whatever. One of the rooms has been like dedicated to like an office or like something like that. Cass is probably in the room just getting ready. They're very anxious. They're very nervous, but it doesn't show. Like, they look in the mirror and they just see like a stoic face looking back at them, but inside they are screaming.
Your mother comes up. Is she the type of mother that's going to knock, or is she just going to open the door and come in?
She would knock, but then she'd enter anyway.
Okay. So there's a knock, and followed by your door immediately opening. Your mother comes in. She has a little like sack lunch. Like, sweetie, I got this for you. I know it's your first day. We're super proud that you got in. You had such high marks on your entrance exams. Which is, she's like, also not only does she hand it to you, she's like kind of like dusting off your shoulders and like kind of like straightening your shirt because there's like a slight crinkle in it. Like, we're your father and I are so excited. We remember when we were getting our start, and remember the people that you meet are going to be resources for later in your adventuring life.
Thanks, Mom. I appreciate it.
Because I met your father in college, and like,
yep.
And I mean, I'm sure I've told you the story many times, but he was over there, awkward paladin.
You know how they are.
Yes, Mom. She
starts going into a story about like how important it is to like, you make good impression on people.
They're just standing there nodding along, but inside their head, they're like slowly panicking further and further to the point where they just have the thought of like, Goddess, please help me.
And just remember, every decision you make, you're gonna have to live with that for the rest of your life. So.
Good pep talk.
All right, sweetie.
Yes, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Would you like us to drive you to school?
Sure. Do you and Dad have time for that?
Well, he's already on patrol, so. But
right,
I can say, so you have, because cars are a newer invention. So think of like the old style. There's no doors on the side, so or seat belts. It's more of just a 4-wheeled vehicle. Powered by unstable arcane magic.
Yeah, sure. I'll take a ride.
But it's also one of the few cars. Well, on your neighborhood, it's probably common, but they're very expensive to have.
Yeah.
So, his car starts up. Start driving to school. She full on like pulls up in the half circle right in front of the main walkway into the school.
Oh god.
It's like, all right, sweetie, go make lots of friends.
Thanks, Mom. I'll see you after class.
And your father wants to hear all about it when he gets. She's like shouting at you as you're like, "We want to hear all about your first day."
Yeah.
You guys, so you already know ahead of time that the schedule for the very first day of school for you is that you are given the first hour or so to just walk around to get familiar with the campus.
Okay.
After that, there is an assembly that you are required to go to as first years. So what if anything, does anyone get up to during this first hour?
Are there like grounds, like a garden, something like that to walk around in?
Okay. In terms of garden, there's probably like a little like horticultural like thing, but it's very small. It's like
sure.
It's like there's the quad, and then they were able to sign off on a small section of it being roped off.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'd probably be wandering around there.
I would. Are you smoking?
Yeah, for sure. He uses a pipe.
I would say. Let me see.
Do I bump into faculty?
Immediately, like, what do you got over there?
No, I was gonna say. You run into someone who looks to be a student about your age.
Okay.
Oh, roughly your age. Your age is a little hard to tell as a Ganassi from another plane. Mm-hmm. Human male, like short blonde hair. He's wearing nice, like very nice, clean, like scale mail armor.
Okay.
Clearly, like he looks young, but he looks disciplined, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. He's like, excuse me.
Yeah. You want some?
No. Well, that's. You probably shouldn't smoke here in the quad.
Oh, why is that? Is there some kind of
it's
air
just
pollution thing?
It's just frowned upon by the faculty.
Oh, that's a shame. All right, hang on. I'll put it out. He stuffs the pipe in his pocket.
I thought you were gonna say you throw it on the ground and be like
stomp on it and twist it into the ground like he just disposable pipes. No.
Thanks. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. You looked lost in thought, so I just...
Something like that, man. Something like that.
All right.
How you feeling about the first day of school here? You look a little tense. I kind of like put my hands on his shoulders and loosen him up.
He tenses up more. Stranger danger. No, today will go fine. It's just...
Okay.
Wow. My bad.
Shame. He goes, I it'll go well. We get assigned our adventuring parties today. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be, you're gonna meet 3 strangers, and you're gonna have to work together for the year.
Yeah.
It's just there's so many variables,
Right.
Like what if they're a terrible person, or like what if you like let your father down, or
Yeah, I feel you on that one.
Sorry, I'm rambling. I'm sorry. I'm Finnegan.
Hi.
He awkwardly like wants to shake your hand, but you're now behind him, massaging his shoulders. So he like sidesteps you a bit to like turn to face you.
Yeah, I shake his hand. My hand is wet, but I'm not nervous or anything. That's just kind of how my skin is. Sorry about that.
No, I get it. I've met Ganassi. I've actually not a water Ganassi, but I've met an air Ganassi. They're very breezy.
Yeah, they've got sort of a thing about them. Real cool.
Yeah.
I've only met 1 or 2 myself. I'm kind of new on this plane, actually.
Oh.
So.
Oh well, have you seen anything cool?
Pizza.
Pizza is pretty cool.
Pizza's been the main feature for me. I didn't have that back where I was from, and I mean,
no,
holy shit.
I get it. On my cheat day, I always like pizza.
Every day should be a cheat day, man. Make every day a cheat day, and you'll live a long, happy life.
I love how this is coming from like the most jacked person.
Right? He's just like effortlessly jacked, and he's like, eat pizza, man. Lays around and eat pizza.
This human fighter is like looking at you quizzically, and he's like, I don't think that's true.
We have a saying where I'm from. It's totally not from Italy, but you never get old when you're at the table. You never get old when you're eating. So, eat, enjoy it.
This is going to sound
Food is the spice of life.
This is going to sound like I'm making up an excuse to walk out of this conversation, but it's not. Uh-huh. But I do have some errands I need to take care of before the assembly.
Sure. Oh, hey, best of luck out there.
All right, well, it's nice meeting. Wait, I'm sorry, did I get your name?
Loair.
Loair.
Yeah. All right. See you out there.
He hesitates for a second, and he's like, good luck. And then he walks away.
Okay.
With that, let's Gil, you are also early. Like you're probably on time. Mm-hmm. Like maybe
like a normal
like
person.
5 minutes before.
Yeah, like you were like a normal person of early. Like
Yeah, no, I'm definitely making my way towards like the workshop. If there's like a workshop like class or something like that.
There's definitely a like My Hero Academia-esque workshop room.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, Gil is ecstatic. Like he's got like he's like straightening his tie. I don't know if I described what he's wearing. So he's got like just a like plain white button down. He's got like the sleeves rolled up though. He's got like a nice little blue tie, specs, got some slacks, and he's got his robot arm. He's got it all polished, nice and shiny. It's this like obsidian black robot arm, and then he's got his regular gunslinger shoes. And then he walks in the shop. He looks around. He's just like the fumes. He's like really excited about like just like being in a space where he can do more inventions and like talk with people like-minded with him. And he doesn't know if there's like any labels or like designated areas, so he just goes to a spot. He puts his big old backpack down and he takes out what looks to be like an old timey toaster, and he's like, all right, listen, little flame sprite. And he takes a little box out of his backpack that has little flames right that's just bouncing around. He's like, all right, today's the day we get this to work. You're gonna go in there. All right, we gotta. I understand. It's not as big, but it should be mutual feedback for both. It should be a home, you know. And he's like just coercing this flame spirit to like just relax to allow him to do this.
As you are doing all this, and you're moving shit around, that's like you have no idea if this belongs to anybody, if this is somebody's workstation.
Yeah, 100%.
A teacher, a silver dragonborn female comes in, and she's like, she goes to the desk with like paper, she sits them down, and then like does a double take, because at first it was like, oh, there's a student here early, and then it was like, I've never seen you before. She comes over and she's like, excuse me, what are you doing?
Oh, hi. Hey, Gil. I'm Gil Goldpetal. Hi, I am a new student, and I was excited because I saw this workshop here, and I thought it'd be a great space to work on this toaster, which is a new device that I'm making. And it'll basically, you put it at a kitchen table, and you can cook toast, which is 2 slices of bread, which is heated up with like kind of like seared markings on it. Bread will be different for everyone. But I need this flame sprite to cooperate. just gesturing wildly, just bouncing around.
Well, there are some theoretical issues with what you just rambled on about. First year students aren't allowed to use the labs until after your first week, and you've gone through orientation.
Oh!
Also, that is a student's, you see that someone was clearly putting something together here that you have, like,
just scattered everywhere, like, oh. I'm so sorry. Do you know what they were working on? I bet I could, like, help them out. I could, like, tweak it a little bit.
I believe orientation starts soon.
Oh, okay. Well, do you mind if
Gold Pop?
Gold Petal. Gil Gold Petal.
Oh. Yes, I have been advised on your admission to the school. I look forward to hearing more of your ideas.
Oh, awesome. Great. Oh, and what was your name?
I never decided if they would go by any sort of formal title here at the school. Let's say they're on a first name.
Okay.
She tells you Cersei.
Cersei? Okay. Nice to meet you. I look forward to I look forward to what you can teach me. Are you sure I shouldn't leave like a note for them, or like, because I could just say like I could just like meet up with them and like help them out later if they want.
No, I will let them know what happened.
Okay.
And maybe you should not be here when that happens.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. And then he like starts putting like his toaster and the flame into his backpack, and he's like, hey.
She stands there the whole time just watching you.
It's like. I made this backpack myself. I'm really proud of it. Anyway, I'll catch you later.
that when you were given the heads up that there's a problem student coming in, you're like, yes.
That child.
that child from the rich family that everyone knows. Anything that Cass would like to get up to in this short amount of time?
After their entrance, they're probably trying to avoid as many people as possible. And they would probably head straight to orientation just so they could get like a seat in like the very back of wherever it is, so they're not at full attention.
I got you. All right. So with that being said, some time goes by, and it is time for the first year orientation. So all of you make your way there at your own pace. It isn't taking place in like an auditorium. It's actually taking place out on like the football field.
Okay.
So you're all in the stands.
I'm sorry, there's a football field?
There is now.
The sports ball
now
field.
Canonized.
There's a sports ball field
Okay.
where they do the sports thing.
TBH.
Sport determined.
It's more like an athletic track kind of
Okay.
thing.
All right. Yeah.
Like you do know. So in addition to basic adventuring classes, like arcane studies and like language studies, combat tactics, there's also some like basic stuff. Like there is a quote unquote like PE teacher, because like, well, your tactics class is gonna be more on like how to work together with your allies to be effective in combat. The PE teacher is more about like, hey, let's make sure you don't have a heart attack on your first mission out there. Like,
Yeah.
like obviously a wizard isn't gonna be bench pressing, but like they should at least be able to, you know, keep in pace with the party when they're like moving at a jog. So there's that kind of track area set up.
Yeah.
So you're all at the bleachers. There is a podium and several chairs lined up out on the field, all facing towards the bleachers. You see a variety of teachers, including the silver dragonborn that you saw. There is as everyone finally settles in, there is a owl folk, older. You can kind of almost see the graying in the feathers around his face. Long, kind of black robes with a bit of like gold trim. He steps up and he's, "Hello, everyone. My name is Principal Hugh. I am excited to welcome all of you."
Me giggling
fucking
from the
owl.
back.
His name is Hugh. His name is Hugh. He's an owl. Did you plan it that way?
Yeah.
Good.
The turtle teacher's name is Turt Thompson. Do you think I didn't? I am Principal Hugh, and I'm excited to welcome all of you first years to the Academy. It is a wonderful beginning of a hopefully fruitful and long career for you.
There's a vibrating in his seat. It's like
Bleachers are like shaking.
To be an adventurer is to face danger head on, oftentimes for very extravagant monetary rewards, but dangerous nonetheless. And it is the purpose of this academy to prepare you for any challenges you may face, especially early on in your young career. All of you are here today because you've passed your entrance exams, and all of you here have shown some sort of potential in those entrance exams that you can go, that you have the spark of what it takes to become an adventurer one day. As you have no doubt heard through rumblings, that there is a potential second exam that you will have to go through that is specifically for first years. I would like to first lead with dispelling that rumor that it is absolutely true. There's nothing to fear, though. It is not any sort of pass or fail orientation. It is more of an examination of your current skills. Consider it a point of baseline for to examine your growth through the year. We will get to that in a moment. First, there are a few things I would like to do first. I have a poem I would like to read and lead with for inspiration. Often
There's just a great big just like groan from collectively from the group.
He pulls a paper, like a folded paper out from his robe and like unfolds it. And he's like, often quoted, but often misunderstood. Two roads diverged in a yellow... As he starts this, you see that there is who you identify as the vice principal. He is like medium length blonde hair, like trimmed beard, full plate mail that's like polished to a perfect shine. He gets up and sir, I do believe we need to move on to the... Oh, yes. Very well. He folds the paper back up. If anyone has any desire to talk poetry, you're always welcome in my office. Anyway, today your examinations will be held here outside. They will be a series of one-on-one combatants.
Bouts.
That's the word I was looking for. Thank you, little jittery kid in the stand. There will be a series of one-on-one bouts. Again, as I mentioned, this is not pass or fail by any means. This is simply a chance for you to show off to your teachers and your peers what you are able to do. I will let Mr. Proudclaw in a moment give the rundown of what the rules will be. I would also like to address another rumor I often hear. The rumor that today you will be assigned your adventuring party for your first semester. That is also true. These will be your peers, your colleagues, your allies. And while it is a bit random and arbitrary, so is life.
As Robert Frost implied.
Child Roland to the Dark Tower come. You will not always get to know who you will be going on jobs with, on missions, what the dangers will be. So consider this first semester a chance to grow not only as the adventurer you will become, but as the person you will grow to be. Very well. He takes like a wand and like whips a circle of magic, and you see it form. You see like celestial cogs kind of appear, and all the magic condenses onto a medium size, like hip height stopwatch with arms, legs, and 2 eyes. And
Gil is like,
so he begins, he's like, so for the examination, you will have 1 minute bouts. As he's saying this, you see this little creature reach up to the top of its head where the little dial is and turn it. And you see the hand go to like 1 minute timer.
Can this clock thing be named Hugh? Hugh
Maybe.
Clock?
Well, the principal's name is Hugh Knox, so...
Right. But...
No, I'm ignoring your...
It's a Hugh Clock, you know? You know where I'm going with that?
Nice clock. He's like, very well, now turn over to Mr. Proudclaw. You see, so this Leonin steps up to the podium. This Leonin is wearing... He's dressed like a coach. He's got a whistle around his neck. He's got a tank top and like basketball shorts, but they are the like above the knee kind. He's a Leonin, so he's just a lion person covered in fur. So it's just got this little whistle. He steps is like, all right, everyone. I am Lee Proudclaw, but everyone calls me Coach here. Some of you were like, I don't recall the school having a sports team. Anyway, your bouts today, as the principal mentioned, are going to be 1 minute long. It's a one-on-one contest. It's very simple. You win by either knocking out your opponent, knocking them out of the ring, or getting them to surrender. And like an actual surrender. Not like, oh, I'm gonna surrender, and then like you stab him.
There's a rogue that's just like, damn it.
Shit.
With that being said, please, don't kill anyone. We do have the nurse on standby for healing spells, but we'd rather not attach too many limbs on the first day. All of your names have been randomly put into a hat and drawn for one-on-one bouts. So, without further ado, let's get to the names. He grabs a one of those clipboards that flips up.
Yeah.
He's like, all right. First name on the list is a Loire.
Low air is how you say that.
Lori.
Sure. I dig it. I kind of make my way down.
It's just like, yo, is that a water ganassi? Oh my god! I would like to think also that enough freshmen have seen him vibrating for so long now. They've given him 2 or 3 seats to himself. He's just kind of, and he's just away. Oblivious to it. He's just like, oh my god.
And a Zarya. Zarya. You see a female Goliath stand up and start walking down. She's also she just have she's a ripped barbarian, so is also just a big physically intimidating presence. Okay. So the coach directs you to a 60 by 60 arena. Mm-hmm. So think of it this way: you are 20 feet away from your opponent, and you are 20 feet away from the edge. Okay. And I'm about to break.
Yeah.
So he leads you to a starting spot so that you guys are equal distance from each other, equal distance from the arena. He's like, all right, when I say go, you'll go. Again, anything goes. Try not to kill each other. But you're adventurers. There's gonna be mortality and stuff. It's important to learn that early.
We probably even have clerics here, don't we?
Again, we do have a cleric on standby. He gestures over, and you see a furbolg sitting they've moved all the chairs in the podium, so now they're sitting on a bleacher off on the side.
Yeah.
You see there's just a furbolg there with what looks to be some sort of container keeping a drink warm, and a pile of folded blankets. And he's like. All right, when I say go, you'll go. So let's do initiative.
Okay.
Do it.
Well, you are looking for that die. So Zarya, this big intimidating Goliath barbarian, as he's giving the speech, as he's talking about what to do and stuff. It's like, hey,
what's up?
Sorry about that. I'm gonna hit you.
I'll probably hit you too. But
that's fine. I just wasn't expecting this on the first day, so I just wanted to apologize now.
Yeah, fair enough. I can take a few hits.
Grabs her battle axe. Huh? She's very very stoic, but she's very
She's nice.
Yeah. It's that someone who you can tell is very reserved, but is very warm about it.
Yeah.
So she rolled a 4, or she rolled a 2, and she has +2. So what do you have? What's your initiative?
I have a 16.
All right, you are gonna go first.
All right.
So the coach goes, all right.
God damn it.
Go!
All right.
And you see the little pocket watch dude go. The timer starts.
All right.
Because again, if you have not put it together, there's a little pocket watch with a little dial and button at the top. So it's using these little hands to be
I'm getting big Miss Minutes vibes from Loki.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you're first.
Not gonna go well because I'm a level 1 monk, notoriously low on hit points.
No, what are you talking about? You're fine.
all for what it's worth, all of your opponents are also level 1.
Okay.
Because you were all first years.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna unarmed strike. And that is a 23 to hit.
That absolutely hits.
Hell yeah. Woo!
So
I just kind of go in. So Loair's approach to martial arts is very leg-based. He's more of a Muay Thai kind of guy than anything else. So he's going to go in with like a little knee action. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a 6.
6. All right. At level 1, that's
the highest that I can do.
Let's go. So I believe at level 1, monks do have bonus action attack.
Yes. So I'm gonna. I
So-
forgot to cook treats this morning.
Oh, no.
I have the cook feet.
I
should have cooked edibles.
You were so eager to eat the day.
Yeah.
And
Just yoink the sun out of the air.
so right when the coach says go, you are the first. You spring forward with your superior reaction time in this case.
Yes. Agility.
Immediately go in for the first hit and now the second hit.
All right. And that is 11 to hit.
11 misses.
Okay. So I go in for a punch, and then that. I'm assuming she moved her head out of the way or some shit.
Yeah. So the first hit you easily land by catching her off guard as you were so quick to the draw. And then she is just gonna do what level 1 barbarians do in a rage.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
And swing at you. Mm-hmm. For not great. Does a 12 hit you?
No.
So she misses.
All right. So I'm able to kind of jump back
Yeah.
out of the way as she takes a swing.
So you go forward and you land your first solid blow. Mm-hmm. She gets a second to get her bearings and then dodges your second attack. As she's like, all right, this has begun. Takes her battle axe. Fully harnesses that inner she has an inner rage that calm on the outside but inner fire brings down, and you again are quicker.
Yeah.
And you're already moved out of the way. Mm-hmm. It is back to you.
Okay. I'm gonna go in for 2 more strikes. See if I can. Wow.
Same.
Give him the old one.
Yeah. Give the old one.
Continuity in the series.
Yeah, I went from one punching character to another, but after years of playing spellcasters, it's still deeply refreshing to do. So I'm gonna keep doing it. That is a 15 to hit.
That hits.
All right. Okay. That would not fall off my hand. That's 4 hit points.
Okay.
4 damage. Rather.
She's looking pretty rough.
Okay.
So you still have your bonus action attack.
All right.
So again, as you have stepped back to dodge her attack, you move right in. This time she's prepared because you only barely beat the AC, but you're still able to land a very solid blow.
Okay.
Second attack.
All right. It's the same thing as our last campaign where I'm using dice that I can barely read for the aesthetic.
Now that we have a camera, would you show the camera what the rest of us watch you struggle with? I don't know if it'll actually focus, but
Yeah.
but you can.
With the light right on it.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I like my dice raw, and yeah. So, but I when I hold it right here, I can read it.
So what is your
To hit, that is 22.
easy second hit?
Okay. And that is 5 damage.
That takes her down.
Okay.
Actually, almost forgot. No, wait, no, she's a barbarian.
Uh-huh.
Or
got more
a
steps?
Goliath. I was thinking half orc. She is going to use her reaction
Okay.
to try to reduce that.
Okay.
Let me double check. A D12. Oh, wait, no. Yeah. Stone's Endurance. D12. You said it was 5 damage? She reduces it to 1.
Okay.
But she looks in really, really bad. She's almost knocked out.
Sure.
So you land a solid shot to the stomach. And the last thing she reacts and tenses up yeah.
Yeah. She tenses up.
She's
Yeah.
she's gonna swing at you
She
again.
flexes and it doesn't hurt.
21.
That does hit.
And then a great axe is a D12.
Oh, jeez.
It's so weird to use a D12. I never use it for anything. Yay, barbarians.
It would be apropos that last second she's just like, nah.
15 damage.
Yeah, that's I'm done.
She rolled a 10, plus 3, plus 2 because she's raging.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
That's amazing.
So she has 2 hit points left. So, like, literally in the last second, clutched.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Loer, you're feeling good because you're kind of dancing around. You're in the groove of it, and then like as you're like, I'm about to win it. Then you just feel the axe come in this broadside you.
Okay.
You come to. You're on the ground. There is a turtle, or not a turtle, a furbolg leaning over you.
Okay.
It's like, hey buddy, how you doing?
Doing all right. A little dizzy.
All right. Well, I gave you some healing. Here is some tea. He hands you a little cup of tea, like in one of those little styrofoam, like, and an orange like fleece blanket.
Yeah.
He's like, if you want, you can go take a seat over there on the bleachers. Get a second to, get yourself back on your feet. And
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. What kind of tea is this?
This is I don't. Me, Corey doesn't know his tea. It's. I want to intentionally say this wrong. It's a camellia.
Oh, okay, yeah. I feel that. Okay, it's sweet,
Yeah,
man.
it'll help you relax after
Getting hit with an axe.
Yeah.
It usually does.
Anyway, so he helps you like put the blanket around your shoulders and just sits you down with your little cup of tea.
Okay.
They call 2 more students. Which is neither of you two. So another bout goes by, and then a little bit of time goes by, as they then move that unconscious student out from the ring.
In between, I imagine Gil he's off the bleachers, kind of like in where I imagine if there's like some standing room, kind of like towards the front where like people can gather. He's there, but a little off to the side, and he's like going through his backpack. He's just like, all right, do I want to use this or do I want to use this? Or
So I will say at some point Cass will feel obligated to like talk to like the students that get knocked out and like would probably do like medicine checks on them to help them if like they need help bandaging or stuff like that.
Okay.
Like they'd be like, oh my God, are you okay? Like, so they would even like go up to Laura and be like, are you good? Do you like need any bandages or anything?
No, I think I'm good on the bleeding front at this point. A little wounded pride, but hey, where'd pride get anyone, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Siler Springstar, the druid, comes over and also gives you a cup of tea. Like, hey, here you go.
Thank you.
Then goes back to like where they're waiting. Then
They hand it to like Lower.
Oh, sweet.
Here.
As you're doing that, you hear your name called by the coach. Next.
They visibly tense. Like if they're in front of Lower, it's just like.
Yeah, you're probably like mid like, here you go, I don't want this.
Yeah.
As you like your name is called. Like
If you'll excuse me, that was my name.
Sure, yeah. Good luck, Cass.
Thanks.
So Cassandra and Mia Stonefist. You see a little black dwarf, full like heavy armor, shield, and a mace. You see, like, you're close enough you can hear her. You just, all right, picture everybody in their underwear. Picture everyone in their underwear. That's not helping.
I'd like to think Cass is like standing tall in the sense that they're just tall, but they're slightly hunched forward in the sense that they're trying to make themselves appear smaller. But it still somehow comes off as they think they're better than everyone else. Like there's like nothing that they can do to like stop themselves from giving that first impression.
Cass just has like really good posture and they can't help it.
Yeah. But they have like their hands like in front of them. Currently not currently not holding weapons, just hands in front of them, just standing, waiting, panicking on the inside. Mm-hmm.
All right, the little clockwork dude resets the timer. The coach says go, so let's go and roll initiative.
Okay, I got 15.
She got 14.
Okay.
let's go.
So you are first.
Can I like tell by the way like she's standing, is she going to like actually attack? Or like is she going to like physically attack, I guess?
She doesn't look like she's made a hostile stance towards you yet. It looks like she's dealing with her anxiety first of being in front of everybody.
Cass is going to cast sleep.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
I think it's 5d8.
All right.
Sleep is what we bring out in the early levels to fuck with you specifically.
There is a chance you roll very poorly.
Yeah, that's fair.
So.
Oh, do you want to?
Yeah, can I borrow 5d8? Spare 5d8s.
Spare a d8, please. I have a d8 for you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just give you another one of the.
Thank
other
you.
ones you have. Did you need another one?
Oh no, I just need 5. We're good. Thank you. I don't want your raw dice. I can't read them. Oh god, where'd they go? Okay. $14.
All right, so she's sitting there, and you can hear her because she's mumbling to herself. You're close enough. All right. No, deep breaths. We got this. Everything's spinning. She just falls asleep.
And for good measure, Cass walks over and picks her up and places her outside of the ring, so she's also out of bounds.
There's just a moment of silence. Just like, all right, we got another.
And then Cass picks her up again and takes her over to the tent.
So you take her over there, and you kind of like just jostle her awake. Mm-hmm. Did I lose?
I didn't want to hurt you, so I put you to sleep. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I get it.
I'm Cass, by the way.
No, I'm Mia.
Yeah. It's nothing personal, I promise. It was just...
No, it's okay.
Okay.
I mean, I was going to cast command on you to just walk out of the ring.
You know what? That's valid. But I look forward to sparring with you in the future when we both want to, instead of just being forced to on the first day. Yeah. They just like walk off.
Long sip of the tea. Just like shoulders up.
Like she doesn't intimidate Cass, but Cass is just like, I don't know how to handle this little anxious person. So.
Let it go.
Meanwhile, she's like, I don't know how to handle this tall person. They're just looming over me.
They're not like super, super tall, by the way. They're like 5'10", but
yeah.
It's like tall for like...
But she's also a dwarf.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
A few moments go by.
Cass would stay at the tent and like help tend to ouchie people.
You can probably you help out here and there. You can always go sit with Loire if you would like. Mm-hmm. There's enough bench space for the students. I don't know if Loire even wants to stay down there. Like maybe after you've gotten time to yourself,
I mean,
maybe you.
When he's set, he'd probably want to be where he can watch the matches. So.
All right, so you probably go back to the bleachers.
Yeah. At this point, I'm starting to wonder where Barzul is.
Yeah. No,
like, shit.
You have not seen Barzul yet.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be a good time as as time slows down, as you hear Coach start to say "girl," we're going to take a short break here.
Okay.
And that'll be 2 seconds for everybody watching. So, see you on the flip side.